Okay, so this is how to use the Tracker app, which allows you to produce graphs of motion from a video of an experiment you've taken. So first thing, you have to open the video file from your phone or your device, and you can just check you've got the right file. You can play it there, and you'll notice that maybe there's some stuff at the start and the end of your video which you don't want, that aren't actually showing the motion of the object. And so I'm dragging that black arrow there, the black triangle, along until I find the actual start of the motion. I can see that ball going there. And likewise, the end of the video, I want to make sure I'm only getting the frames that show the ball moving. Okay, so I'm moving along these icons from left to right. I can ignore these two. So the next one up is the calibration tool. So we need to tell Tracker how long a meter is, or whatever you've got in frame to show distance. Okay, so you should have in your video something that is a known length. In this case, it's a meter stick. So if it's not a meter that you've used, if it's a 30 centimeter ruler, you can change the length of the calibration there. Okay, so we've done calibration. Next up, this is the sort of coordinate axes. So if your video is a bit squint for whatever reason, you can sort of say, well, this is horizontal and vertical. You can adjust it there, but hopefully you've taken a decent video and you don't actually need to touch that. Okay, so we're ready to track the object. Okay, I'll just go back to the start of the video. So I click track and say new. Okay, it's going to be a point mass that I'll choose. And I'm going to use the next icon, the auto tracker, this sort of funky looking icon here. So yeah, I'm tracking mass A. And as it explains here, I need to do Control Shift and click. Okay, I guess on a Mac it will be Command Shift. And so you can see my icon changes into a sort of little target thing. So I want to make sure I get right in the middle of that object, that ball. It'll show you a little picture of what it's matching, okay? And you can see now why it's so important that your object needs to be easily visible against the background. Okay, so now I've done that, I hit search. Oh, it's failed. Okay, so this red stuff is indicating, no, it hasn't actually found the next frame where it is. And that's just because it's moved so far. This dotted red line, I can move around. So I want to expand that so you can see the next frame. Then I'll click search this. And now the search area is big enough that it's managed to track the whole motion. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'll click accept, and close. And here it's plotted my displacement in the horizontal and vertical directions. Okay, and these are obviously beautiful looking graphs. You can check your other sort of plots. So for example, I might be interested in the velocity. Now, I would expect this to be constant velocity. It does look a bit wibbly, but then if I look at the scale here, you can see that it is pretty much constant. So within the bounds of experimental error, within the uncertainties that are obviously coming from like the pixel size and probably the frame rate of the camera used, that, you know, within a few percent, this is showing constant velocity as we'd expect in the horizontal direction. Likewise, if I look at the velocity in the vertical direction, I get a nice straight line, of course, showing constant acceleration. And I can even look at what the acceleration is. It looks a bit wibbly, but look at this scale. Okay, so it's going between 9.4 and 10.2 with an average clearly around 9.8. Of course, it's gravity. So again, within the bounds of experimental error, within the uncertainties, we've got constant acceleration due to gravity, as we'd very much expect. So these graphs are useful for just, you know, a quick check. Of course, you'll want to export the data into your spreadsheet of choice. And to do that, just simply go File, Export, Data, and then copy to clipboard. And then you just have to paste it into Excel or Google Sheets, whichever you prefer. Okay, enjoy.